Yo, YouTube, what is up? Radar25 here, back again with another video. We're going to be going over Monday Night Raw from March 23rd. It's going to be our 4 takeaways from Monday Night Raw. Radar25, Anthony here, my co-host Michael Fuentemania, whatever you guys want to call him.
What up, Mox? Welcome back, quarantine episode.
Yeah, so we're still doing the empty arena shows. This one took place at the Performance Center once again. It was all pretty much promos with, basically 2.5 matches in there because it was a jobber match, squash match for some stupid reason. And it was promo heavy, but the promos were pretty much well done, especially the last two. Yeah. And we're going to get into that. But before we do, I want to remind you guys, drop likes on these videos, previous and upcoming. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you guys aren't missing one thing that I'm dropping. My previous Call of Duty one, which I got to shout out because I was frying in that match. So if you're into video games, it's Call of Duty Warzone. Go and check that one out. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links in that description below. Hit us up in the comments section. Talk wrestling with us. What you guys thought of the show. What you guys think of WrestleMania being too big for one night. That's the thing they're going with now. It's just too big for just one night. Whatever that means. But yeah, let's get into this video. Kingdom. Let's get into this video. 4 takeaways from Monday Night Raw from March 23rd. Here we go.
Got it.
All right, guys. So the show started with a video package of Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre. Not going to spend too much time on this because it wasn't that big of a deal. It was just more hype, more of the same, just hyping up that match. They're just trying to fill time until WrestleMania gets here and that match is over. But the most important thing, even more important than the promo and the video packages, was the fact that they switched the hard cam to face the aisle and the set. Because obviously with an empty arena, it makes more sense for them to do that. So it's not showing a bunch of empty seats and it doesn't look awkward. I'm not saying
they got rid of all the empty seats, so you don't even see the seats. It's perfect.
It's better.
It looked dumb with a bunch of empty seats. It made no sense.
Yeah, so they finally decided to go with the right choice in camera angle and have that hard cam face down, straight down towards the set. So Heyman and Lesnar in the ring promo, and not much here. It's just more of the same, and it's just the continuation and filling the time till that Mania match happens, and we finally get to see most likely Drew McIntyre become WWE champion for the first time ever. But
short and sweet.
They also played this promo into a replay match they showed after this, which was Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, and John Cena at the Royal Rumble 2015 in a championship triple threat match, which was an awesome match. It was one of the matches of the year to me that year.
If you haven't seen that match, I mean, if you didn't see Raw and you see the match, you need to go watch that match. It's one of the best matches I've ever seen. Which
is funny because I actually did sit and watch that entire match yesterday.
Did you?
Raw. Yeah, I did. I really liked that match. It was really good, and it really shows how good Lesnar is because how they play him out, how he dominates, then he gets something done to him and he sells the shit out of it and he's out of the match for a while, and then he comes in like a house
on fire,
like a tornado, basically, and he just comes in and just destroys everybody and wins the match. So it's a real good way they work them. But that was pretty much it. So it's another. We're gonna have 2 replay matches from old matches. This one was 2015. The next one they're gonna show at the end of the show, closer to the end, was Asuka Charlotte at WrestleMania in New Orleans. That title match that Charlotte won. So it's just they're filling time with this. I think they should go with older matches. For me, older, like maybe 2010s, like early 2010s, stuff like that. Like give us.
But I think they want to keep the guys that have been on the roster,
the guys that are in matches now. Yeah, I understand that.
Like it's not going to be plus, and they're doing the whole bunch of free WrestleManias and Royal Rumble and big pay-per-views.
But I think the 2015 works better because it seems further away than them showing Elimination Chamber that happened last week or Rumble that happened the month prior. Just you can go a few years back,
or just have kick-ass matches and live kick-ass matches.
It seems like they're just trying to avoid actually having matches because
I prefer having good matches.
What they should do instead of having that is spotlighting, giving guys who don't have a lot of TV time, get them out there, have matches. Doesn't matter, you're showing old matches instead of just showing old matches. Have guys who are underutilized, never on TV, have them go out there and have matches. And people get over doing that shit.
Yeah, like Drew Gulak got over with me because he shined in his match with Daniel Bryan. Just give more guys like that have talent to make exciting matches. Just let them go out there.
Have them go out there and let them have fun, and that's it. But but Vince McMahon seems like he doesn't want that to happen. So the next thing on the show, and it's takeaway number 1 of the night, is the AJ Styles promo. He's flanked obviously by Gallows and Anderson. This was a miss for me. The promo itself, I wasn't a huge fan of the promo, and the fact that they had a stipulation of a boneyard match,
whatever
which
that
God
means.
knows what the fuck that even means,
It
right?
sounds like a 2K20 type of match,
right? I think that's why they made it. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I think that's why they made it like it's gonna be one of those 2K20,
yeah,
whatever,
like weird
special
storyline
matches.
things.
Thing
Yeah,
that
whatever.
there.
But they're outside like the fucking Thunderdome or some shit.
Yeah, shit like that, like some Mad Max shit. So I don't know. Now I'm wondering, is this gonna take place in the arena? Or is it gonna take place in like a graveyard or what?
No, guy, a boneyard. You fuck. Well, why would it be in a graveyard?
Well, what is in graveyards? Bones. People in caskets.
No. Right? It's just gonna be a yard with a lot of bones.
Bones. Yeah.
And that's all. And they're gonna use bones as weapons, obviously.
Yeah, it's gonna look
or a bone hell in the cell.
It's gonna be like
bones.
So instead of a Punjabi prison match, it's gonna be just bones instead of
bones. Yeah. It's gonna be. Come on, guys. Obviously, what else a boneyard match? It's gonna get over, baby.
I'm thinking that it's gonna be like elephant graveyard, like in The Lion King, where they go to that where the hyenas are at.
Bunch of hyenas.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be some shit like that. But I'm assuming it won't.
Seeing as Taker is the new Tiger King, and if you haven't seen Tiger King on Netflix, you must watch it.
So I gotta watch this because
ridiculous things. I can't even. It's hard to explain. You just have to watch it.
Yeah.
You can't believe it's real. It's one of the fucking craziest things you'll ever see.
I'm gonna have to check that out. So be on the lookout for that. Also, real quick side note: Dark Side of the Ring does premiere Tuesday, March 24th at 9 p.m. Part 1 of the Benoit story is on YouTube, Vice YouTube, and Part 2 will debut tonight. So make sure you watch that Dark Side of the Ring on Vice. But yeah, watch this Tiger King thing because AJ does reference it in this promo, and he says, if you haven't watched it, that's a sick burn. So I'm gonna have to watch.
If you're quarantined and you haven't fucking watched it, you need to watch it because it's ridiculous. You're gonna kill it. It's 7 episodes, but you're killing it.
Yeah. So this promo, it was a miss because it's talking about the same things about Michelle McCool is running him into the ground, the Undertaker, and he's just playing up more that he's no longer the mythical character that he's always been. He's just a regular dude, right? So he does show
he's whipped.
The Twitter video of McCool and Undertaker with the tiger in front of him, and then they're talking about saving tigers or whatever, and then he adds the boneyard stipulation. We don't know what that is.
I just told you what it is.
Well, we're just speculating what it is, right?
Nah.
Because you say it's a bone Punjabi prison match, and I'm saying it's taking place in the elephant graveyard from Lion King.
You know what? I think yours is better. I think
mine makes more sense. I think mine plays more into the 2K20 theme, video game theme, right? Yeah. I think it plays more into that. So we got that going on there. All right, guys. So that was that. One of the other promos on the show was kind of weak, and it kind of missed the spot. But I'm still excited for this match regardless.
Yeah, I mean, it's two guys that can go. Which should be fun, but that promo.
If it's gonna be a hokey, gimmicky match, maybe because Undertaker isn't.
It already sounds.
Yeah, he's not in shape or in the right physical.
But it's weird to me because they're doing this whole opposite, like real life Taker, his back life story, his real story that they never used to do, and now they're putting that towards a hokey match, like a hokey Taker match. So it's kind of just like we're trying to use both,
I mean, unless it's going to be a regular match, and I don't know what the boneyard stipulation is. I mean, let's see how they play it out. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense for them to have like a supernatural, hokey, gimmicky match for somebody that you're playing up as right now, no longer being a supernatural.
That's just like being like a married guy, a married old guy to a hot older diva. Like
so that's you're right on that. That makes sense. Yeah,
doesn't make any sense.
Let's see what they do. And hopefully it's not a miss because I am excited to see them two go at it, and I hope this is Taker's final match. I think it's time.
Not going to be. I mean, they're going to have more Saudi shows, and they can't have his last match in front of nobody.
Well, they may have him come back for the Saudi events because the princes and shit, they all want him on the show because one of the guys.
He's their favorite.
Yeah, they want those older guys because that's what they think wrestling is over there. Not the fans, but the princes and all the stuff that run the whole event. Next thing on the show was a very, very good tag team match. This is the stuff they should do more on these empty arena shows, giving guys more time. It was Angel Garza and Andrade with Zelina Vega versus Cedric Alexander and Ricochet. That's a good team, I think. Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. I think they should become a tag team and fight for those titles or build their way up and fight for the titles because they don't really have characters, right? They're just two guys that do cool moves. Put them together, and maybe they play off of each other well, and they come off better on screen, and maybe more personality comes out.
I mean, it's the whole Hollywood Blonde thing where it was like two guys that were talented, but they weren't really going anywhere. You put them together.
You get something out of it,
Get something out of it, and then you can break them up.
Let them make their own gimmick together. Like, let them make their own
and let them become stars together, and then if they get big enough, you just do the old breakup, and we'll see where each go. And like they're that better off. So they should really do that.
Yeah, but this was an awesome match. So you can see how good that tag team is, and Andrade is really. I really like his style in the ring. I really like that back elbow, that Judas effect that he does.
He laid it in, man. There was a thing like a replay.
Yeah, and they had the Street Profits doing the commentary. Now, randomly, they announced Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Andrade for the tag team titles at WrestleMania. I'm hearing the reason why is because they were supposed to do Andrade versus Rey Mysterio at Mania for the U.S. title, but I heard he's in quarantine because he is sick. Now, not to saying that he has COVID-19, but there's precautionary, so he's going to miss Mania. Also, on a side note, the same thing, Dana Brooke is in quarantine as well, so she got taken out of that six-pack challenge match against Bayley.
That she got.
So now it's just the 5. Week. Yeah, it's just the 5.
Really?
So
I didn't even hear that. That's
a little
crazy.
Side note. Yeah, it's a little side note saying that they're sick, so they're taking them out. So that's why they have this random ass tag team title match.
Yeah. Wow.
But
fuck you, coronavirus.
This was a good match. So after the match, Andrade and Garza get the win. Here come the Street Profits down to congratulate them, and for some reason, them congratulating them causes beef between the two, and they start brawling, and it all felt like rushed and forced.
Yeah, it was just again, it's all day by day. Things are changing. Who knows if other guys are gonna get sick before WrestleMania? You know what I'm saying, or have to be quarantined 14 days. So what are we? A week away from this Saturday.
This Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, so they have to quarantine for 2 weeks, then they're gonna miss it. So this whole card can keep changing every other day for all we know. So
yeah,
this is times we live in.
Yeah, and then so that beat down led into a match between the Street Profits. Or this is a random match that shouldn't have happened. They should have had other guys who aren't on TV in this spot instead. Street Profits versus Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink, who I've never seen before in my life.
Who?
And obviously the Street Profits got the win. Pointless match to use. The Street Profits versus these two guys that you never see. They should have just had other guys that instead of having the Street Profits in a match, have other people that aren't showcased.
And I don't get it just because the fact that maybe they don't want to have too many people in the back, like they don't want like maybe 40 people in the back, just hanging out all day, coughing on each other or whatever. That could be a thing too. That's why we're getting so many Seth hasn't been there for 2 weeks. Now he's back. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's been a lot.
Maybe they're doing that, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was what it was. But the next thing on the show is takeaway number 2 of the night, and that's a Shayna Baszler interview with Charlie Caruso in the ring. It was a little bit of an awkward because she's trying to punk Charlie Caruso the entire time, but it was all darkly lit, so the only spotlight was on the 2 people in the ring, so you couldn't see anything around. And then out of nowhere, she gets hit with the chair, Shayna Baszler, and you come to see it's Becky Lynch, the one that hits her with the chair. So it was quick, short, sweet, and it continues the animosity between the two, and it builds that aggressiveness towards each other going into Mania. So, that is the second takeaway of the night. There's not much to say else on it, just because it was so short, sweet, but it was well done. And the less they say to each other, and the more actions, the more actions they do to each other, and the more aggressive they are with each other, I think works better for the.
Shayna's not really strong on the mic. Becky will kill her on the mic, obviously. And it was kind of awkward with her and Charlie. Shayna was kind of just, am I scaring you, Charlie? It was kind of weird. It just felt kind of off. Luckily they just stopped her real quick and just banged her with a chair. So it was short and sweet. Got to the point.
And then Becky didn't say a word. She just walked out afterwards. She hit her with the chair and hit her again, and then walked away, and then that was it. So it was nice, short, sweet, well done. You don't need to do much. It's less is more at this point when it comes to a feud like this. It's like a blood feud, literally, because she did bite Becky and made her bleed. So it's literally a blood feud, and the less they say to each other, the better.
Way better it is.
Just keep it short, sweet. I wouldn't even have them interact this upcoming Monday. I just,
it's a go-home show.
You have to cut like one promo, maybe like a quick scuffle.
Like a separate, like
a
separately maybe.
Yeah. You could do that, but it's like you don't want to do too much because you want to leave it up to the imagination of the match, and people will get excited for it. So maybe you could do like a quick scuffle and a pull apart type thing, but then you don't want too many people in the ring. I don't know. But they could do something small, quick.
Let's face it, none of us are all that excited because there's just not much going to happen. We just have to get to Mania. Just hope everybody's healthy enough to get to Mania at this point.
I mean, they could do the payback spot where Baszler hits her with a chair next week, and then that's the.
Yeah, but you want Shayna to keep her beast mode feel where she doesn't need weapons. She's going to use her hands and maybe just choke her out. Get behind her, choke her out. whatever, something like that would probably be more fun.
So the next thing on the show, which was just a waste. So if you got a show that doesn't want to have wrestling on it, why have a squash jobber match? So it was Aleister Black versus a local competitor named Leon Ruff.
We had 2.5 matches.
Yeah. So this was pointless. You don't have any matches whatsoever. You're straying away from actual live matches, and you decide to put a squash match with a jobber.
It's like, why are you calling Aleister Black in the middle of a world pandemic just to come in and do that?
Yeah. But
to keep him home.
Now
keep him safe.
They have him do a squash match just to announce that he's facing Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but just announce that match.
Random match that
is it supposed to make? Yeah, is it supposed to make me feel like, oh shit, I'm excited because he beat up some random guy who literally walked in the ring like this, and then two kicks was over.
It was pointless. Like I said, show that doesn't want to have any wrestling. You have a squash match. It makes no sense. Doesn't help Aleister Black, and the random match between him and Bobby Lashley. Who the hell cares? I mean,
which could end up being a good match, but we just don't give a shit.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit. So it is what it is. The card just keeps changing. They want to add guys. Is what it is. Next thing on the show, takeaway number 3 of the night is the Seth Rollins promo. Tremendous promo from Seth Rollins. He had a lot of conviction in his voice and the way he delivered it. And it was a good heel promo from him because he's taking credit for the entire Performance Center. Everybody that's been through the Performance Center, NXT, all the takeovers, NXT UK, Kevin Owens. He's taking credit for all of it, that it was all built on his back. Obviously, great timing because the FCW documentary has come out on the network, and you can see
he has the proof.
He makes an argument. He has an argument because if you watch that thing, you could actually see that he has an argument towards it.
Yeah, and
being that he was the first NXT champion as well, so it's like
that was his best promo I think I've ever heard from him.
Yeah, big time.
That was his best. That was Seth Rollins at his best. That's the Seth Rollins that he needs to be all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This Messiah character is growing week by week. He's so much more improved on his promo. Like he shut up Kevin Owens. Like Kevin Owens didn't even say a word after he was done. It was like Kevin, let me finish, and then bang, he killed him, ripped him, and walked out.
Yeah. So, I mean, it builds a different angle towards the match, right? So now it's kind of a redemption story or a proving match that Kevin Owens has to prove himself because he came after Kevin Owens' track record at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like a match for him to prove himself as like a major player, even though we all see him as one, but he needs to. This match is for him to prove that he is one.
Well, he's never had a Mania moment where Seth even said he's had so many he can't even count. And he basically has. I mean, ever since day one that he was in there with the Shield, where they beat the crap out of I think it was the Wyatt family that at WrestleMania. No, it was the Wyatt family, right? That they beat WrestleMania 30, like the squash match. They beat somebody like in a squash match. WrestleMania 30.
It was Billy Gunn and somebody else. I think they beat.
Okay. Yeah, so they beat those guys in the script. Yeah, what that was, but coming in, Money in the Bank, cashing it in. He's had so many moments. He's beat Brock Lesnar, he's beat Triple H. So can't really. He's like becoming like a Shawn Michaels, basically.
Yeah. So
Mr. WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really, really tremendous promo by him. Like I said, and he has an argument because like the FCW pay-per-view documentary is out there on the network. You should watch that. And he destroys Kevin Owens really. And like I said, it adds a different dynamic to the match now because Kevin Owens is trying to prove himself. And I'm assuming with that kind of promo, Kevin Owens will win this match. Plus he's the babyface on top of that. So, and then Rollins called himself a god, right? So he says that Kevin Owens can't beat him on his worst day, and WrestleMania is never his worst day. So, it's one hell of a promo by him. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it was really, really well done, and I like the zoom in on his face.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just you get a lot more emotion out of him. But at that point.
And the promos have been pretty good without the crowd. I just think there's no like a lot of times people look at the crowd while they're talking and like they'll cut something really slow so everyone hears. Mm-hmm. Here it just feels like it's just more intense, more backstage.
You know how these smart crowds are. They always try to shit on everything.
Yeah, or like you're like a what, or like you're just
and it takes you out a little bit of the promo.
Yeah, like there isn't any pandering. It's just them two. If they feel more intense, so I do like that.
Well, I mean, it's because. Let's play it back, right? So you remember, so you see a Jake the Snake Robert promo, right? Back then when he was a wrestler in ring talent in WWF, his promos were all backstage, pre-taped, right? With Gene Okerlund, And there's no sounder on it. It's just you hear him, so he's able to bring his voice down, bring it up, and give a little bit of more of have more range with it, right? So out in the live crowd, you can't do a lot of that because then the crowd tries to take over or they drown you out a little bit and stuff like that. So these promos in an empty arena work because they're reminiscent to those promos that they would do pre-taped in the back with a backdrop and Gene Okerlund, and it was just him with the camera, and it brings you in a little bit more. Like when you're watching a movie, the movie brings you in a little bit. It's the same concept, I think. So I think these help. And you'll see with the next promo, it even made that promo even better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rollins killed it.
Yeah, big time, killed it. Next thing on the show was the final thing on the show. It's takeaway number 4 of the night. It is Randy Orton's promo where he accepts Edge's WrestleMania challenge of a last man standing match. Randy, when he cuts these promos where he's not slow, but he gets on a rant. Yeah. And you see the emotion come out, and he's hitting because his thing was that a lot of people hated him because he was so slow,
methodical. Everything was like just the whole his movements in the ring too at times were just so methodical.
Yeah, but when he gets the kind of this mean streak in him, and he's able to cut promos like the one he did yesterday, it's tremendous because he's rattling off all this thing at one after another without messing up or flubbing any of his words, and he's knocking it out of the park. And
without any ums and hums and none of that, he just kills it. He just rips it every time, and it like you feel the intensity, and he has this face where it's like he gets really red, he gets intense, and he's so good at it. And he looks menacing up there. And he's on top of the stage too, so
and the camera was cutting close, like it was a close.
Cutting close, and you can feel like the hatred he had for Edge, and but the love he had for his 2 daughters and stuff like that, and then talking about your missed opportunity, missed opportunity or whatever. Wouldn't you take the opportunity if Triple H gave you the chance to be in Evolution? It's like, of course you would. Anybody would. So, and he basically shitted on the entire roster where no one has his track record, and a lot of people don't have his track record.
No,
I mean, I think he's still the youngest WWE champion ever. No.
Yes, I still believe so.
Yeah, I think he's still the youngest champion ever. I mean, you can't really deny that.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's been a lot because Edge hasn't been around, right? So he came back at the Rumble, got the Concerto the night after, and was gone until the day after Chamber, right, to cut his promo. So it's all been Randy this whole time, and he's been working it really, really well with his lack of a promo because at the beginning he wasn't saying anything, and then now he's just rattling off all these tough, long promos he's killing it. He's a lot of conviction and a lot of emotion, and it's a good side of Randy. And at this point in his career, I think his promo has been elevated so much, especially right now, and it shows like a different version of him, and I think people are just gonna like him more. And then he's one of those guys that he's been around so long that you kind of don't give him the credit he deserves. Yeah. He's kind of a guy people are like, I'm tired of Randy Orton. But this rejuvenates him.
Because he's done everything.
Yeah, he's done everything. He's been around so long. But this shit like this rejuvenates him and makes people realize, like, damn, this guy is
one of the best of all time.
Yeah, he's one of the best we've seen. He's been around forever, but we like to shit on him. But,
And, literally since day one, since he came up, he's been a star. I mean, there was that weird little time where he first came up and he got hurt with his shoulder. Mm-hmm. And he was doing those weird those backstage interviews where he was telling people about I have 30 I'm 47% back from my health, and those were cool back in the day. And him then going right to Evolution. I mean, he's always been a top guy. He's basically always been a top guy, and you can't really deny that.
Yeah, he always has. But the promos he's cutting right now are tremendous.
Really, really good.
Yeah, and like I said, I like his cadence, and when he's just running through it, all of it. He's not messing up any of his words, and he's going through it with a lot of emotion. Yeah. And people the thing is I think people's biggest complaint was that they thought it was boring or dry, the way he would cut promos and stuff like that. But when he shows all this emotion, really gives another layer to his character. And
he's at his best.
It works out really, really good. But he accepted the challenge, so we're going to have that last man standing match at WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure they're going to go all over the Performance Center with it.
Yeah. I mean, why else wouldn't you? You have all that free range.
Yeah, because it's real personal, right? So they brought Beth in it, and he RKO'd Beth and everything. And obviously he took out Matt. So,
Send right to AEW.
Yeah. He sent Matt right to AEW. So there's a big personal feud they have here, and it's the last man standing. So there's gonna be a lot of weapons, and probably go all over the place with it. And
I mean, we're probably gonna see the gym again. The
state-of-the-art gym they have there. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna see that again.
Yeah. See a lot of cool stuff probably, and excited. This is one of the matches I'm more excited about. And it's great to see Edge back on TV and wrestling again. But, you know, guys, that's the video. That was Monday Night Raw from March 23rd, another empty arena. We got NXT, AEW coming tomorrow. Stay tuned for that video for our takeaways from that. And that's the end of this one. Let's go over the shit that sucked before we forgot. Right?
Come on, guy, you're fucking.
The shit that sucked. There's two things.
All right.
It's the squash match between Aleister Black.
Horrendous, worthless,
pointless. Because if you don't want to have wrestling,
the fact that you remember his name is amazing too. Leon Ruff.
Ruff. It's a tough one to forget. Watch out in the future for Leon Ruff. But
you're not.
The thing is like if you don't want wrestling matches, why have one like this?
Yes,
right? Because they obviously don't want to have matches on this with the empty arena.
Just kill an hour with an awesome match, man. Like kill 40 minutes with just having two guys just fucking go, and that's it. Yeah. Let them go.
Yeah, and then that's the one thing that sucked, and the other shit that sucked was the Street Profits versus Vink and Thorne. Makes no sense, right? Because have other guys if you don't have a tag team match, have 4 guys to showcase 4 guys that aren't on TV much. So that after they don't have WrestleMania match, right? So take 4 guys who aren't on TV that much. They don't have
Heath Slater and I'm sorry, like Heath Slater, somebody, anybody throw him in there?
Yeah, right.
Or how about the Edgeheads, throw them in there.
The Hawkins and Ryder, yeah. Have them go out there, have a killer match, right? And you can do something with them after Mania.
Yeah.
Not to say because you want guys on the show, but you guys, I guess you just want guys on the show that are gonna have Mania.
What happened to Jinder Mahal? Is he still alive? Is he still part of the company?
Have them wrestle, and then maybe you could build off of that after Mania, right? Yeah. Use this time that you have right now is your perfect time to showcase talent who is underused and not on TV and are just are collecting money, sitting in the back. Obviously, they don't want to do that. Some guys might, but a lot of guys don't. They want to go out there. They want to wrestle.
They want to work. They want to go out there and work.
Yeah. So these 2 matches were the shit that sucked because it's a waste and where it could have been filled with showcasing underutilized talent and spotlighting guys for the future, so you could build stars after WrestleMania. And that you have all this time with empty arena matches, empty arena shows where you could have just had all these
3 hours. You have 3 hours of wrestling.
3 hours instead of showing replays of old matches or old events.
2 replays on match.
Yeah, just have underutilized guys go out there and rip it up. And if they have bad matches, they have bad matches. It doesn't matter. At least they're out there. People seeing new faces. They're like, oh shit, this guy's still on the roster, or shit like that, or like, oh man, I really like.
Whatever happened to Bo Dallas?
Yeah, the B team. Whatever happened to Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas? How those guys go out there and do something? Like let them go 20 minutes. Fuck it, who cares? There's nobody there. You're playing to the people on TV, so let these guys get over that way. And you could have had shit like that. So that's shit that sucked, guys. WWE let these guys go out there and wrestle. It's awkward arena match, empty arenas, and you just having promos and old match footage. Nobody wants to see it.
Serves no purpose.
So, that's the video, guys. Radar 25, Michael, Quintamania, again, whatever the fuck you guys want to call him, he's there.
I'm there.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is the end. Remember, if it doesn't work for you, brother, do not do that job.
Later, Marks.